What's up? It's your boy Jerry T, and along with me is the world famous Tony Robles, the silent assassin. Tony, thank you very much for spending a couple minutes with me. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, Jerry. Anytime.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're playing great pool. Tony, you're hitting balls unbelievable, very crisp, very clean. Are you happy with the game?
Yes, I'm happy with my game right now. So far, my performance has been up to par. I won my first 3 matches, and I played my 4th match tonight at 9 p.m. against one of the Japanese players.
Excellent, excellent. Sounds great. So far, how have you really fared versus your opponents? Was it pretty much, have you been winning in a dominant fashion, or have they been tough matches?
Well, I won my first match against Rafael Martinez, 11-5, and I shot someone 900s. It was on an Akistat table, so I felt pretty good about that match. On my second match, I played an interesting player from Great Britain, Stephen Folan.
Right.
What a player! Right. He's an unbelievable shot maker. Right. But I kept my poise, stayed focused, and I wound up pulling it out on 11-6. And then I played C.J. Wiley last night, and I had kind of a bad game. But I stayed focused. Again, the key is to stay focused, and it's like my friend told me, he said, if you, every great player has a bad game at some point in a tournament. But if your bad game is a good bad game instead of a bad game, then you have a better chance of winning most of the time. And I stayed focused, and I wanted it, and that's why I pulled it out.
What's the key to really grinding it out when you're not on the top of your game?
You know, the first thing that I ask myself is, how bad do I want it? Do I want it bad enough that I'm willing to stay focused and continue doing what I'm doing to get it? And 99.9% of the time it's yes. And if it is, then I usually pull it out.
Cool. Well, I've noticed that you're really putting in a lot of time on the practice table. Is that something that you normally do? Is that a normal routine of yours?
No, I just recently started doing that, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm having more success on the green felt.
Okay, because I know that you're a world-class instructor. There's no question. You're from New York. You're a New York player. You represent New York for sure. And a large part of what you do throughout the week is you give instruction. So basically, I've noticed in the past that you really haven't dedicated enough time for Tony, enough Tony time.
Right.
How are you now balancing your life where you're still giving instruction and giving yourself the proper time?
Well, I actually cut back giving lessons, and I'm spending more time on the pool table practicing, so that's definitely made a big difference.
No question. Now, in the recent couple of weeks, you've been on fire. Last few months, you've made some tremendous accomplishments. Do you feel that you've carried that momentum into this pool tournament?
Absolutely, absolutely. I came into this tournament with a great attitude, a winning attitude, and I intend to keep that winning attitude all the way to the end.
Cool. So, in conclusion, what would you say to an amateur who's getting into the game and wants to learn that killer instinct? You know, the classic Tony Robles silent assassin face, that game face. How can you help them really embody that level of focus?
I would tell them that it's important to practice your mental game as well as your physical game, and to believe in yourself more than anything, no matter what the situation. And what happens is, once you start working on that, it becomes part of you to the point where you believe in yourself totally. But if you don't practice or work on your mental game, then you get into this mold where every time you're down, you get down on yourself. And that takes away from your focus completely.
Okay, well, that's great. You heard it from Tony Robles. The key to staying focused is really trusting in yourself and not allowing outside forces to really take you down. And basically just really trust in yourself and always look to grow. So bottom line, big things on the horizon for the sport of pool. Tony Robles is still in the winner's bracket here at the 2007 U.S. Open, playing great. How did you fare last year?
I believe it was the top 24. I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember.
Out of 200 and over 30 players. So right now we have 233. Watch for Tony Robles take this tournament down and earn that first green jacket. Thank you very much, Tony. It was truly a pleasure.
Thanks. It's a pleasure.
Here's some breaking news. Inside Pool Magazine can now bring the world's greatest players right to your front door. Subscribe to Inside Pool for the annual price of just $19.99. Each issue is action-packed with high-impact photos, tournament coverage, in-depth player profiles, and much, much more.